Hi friends, welcome back to the shop for another maintenance episode on our 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe. What we're diving in today is the all-ever and all-important oil change. That means we'll be draining the oil, removing and changing the oil filter, and replacing some gaskets and crush washers as needed. We're going to be using our OEM oil filter kit. This did come from Hyundai, even though it says Kia genuine parts. It has everything that we need as far as hardware goes for our oil change. We have a new oil filter drain grommet. We have our new oil filter, as well as oil filter gasket and crush washer for our oil drain plug. Now for the main ingredient, the motor oil. This is a highly heated and debated topic amongst gearheads worldwide as people vie for what brand to use. Is it full synthetic? Is it conventional? Is it a blend? We'll cover all of that. Basically, in a nutshell, we're going to be using Castrol Edge Zero Weight 20 full synthetic oil in our Santa Fe. There are reasons for this. First and foremost, this engine oil is rated to the Hyundai specifications. It meets the API SN Plus ratings as well as ILSAC GF6. These are the latest ratings for oil that can be out on the market at this particular moment that we're making this video. And in addition to that, even though the owner's manual states that for the 2.5 turbocharged engine, which we have, should take 0 weight 30, there is no 0 weight 30 oil on the market today that meets these very crucial and very high rating standards. That is why we are dropping down and doing 0 weight 20. I did verify this with both Quaker State, which is the recommended brand that Hyundai suggests. They do not have an ILSAC GF6 rated 0 weight 30. You can use their 0 weight 20 oil in your 2022 Santa Fe. It is rated and recommended by the manufacturer. I also called Hyundai USA to confirm that they asked me to check with my local dealer as far as what weight of engine oil to put in our 2.5 turbo. Our local dealer spoke with a service advisor and they said that they have been putting into our vehicle all along 0 weight 20. And that is because it does meet those high standards much better than 0 weight 30. So keep in mind that if you have a 21 to 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe, 0 weight 20 is probably going to be your weight of oil. If you have a different type of Hyundai or Kia product, I would highly recommend that you double check in your owner's manual just to make sure that you're using the proper weight of oil. You can't always trust the cap on some of these engines, but you can always trust your local dealer and the owner's manual. So let's go ahead and get started. I highly recommend that you either jack your vehicle up safely or use ramps as we have, given that our lift is a little preoccupied at the moment. First, you're going to pop your hood so you can remove the cover and open up the engine cap. With the hood up, let's start by removing our engine protection cover. So if you have the regular 2.5 liter without the turbo, yours obviously isn't going to say turbo, but that's just fine. It's the same. Pull up on the front here firmly and gently, and it'll pop off. And from there, you can pull off the back. Unless you're short like me, in which case, get a step stool. It's just held in place by 4 little pop sockets. Now that we have access to the engine oil cap, you can see that ours conveniently says 0 weight 30, even though the dealer told me that they're putting in 0 weight 20, and we are putting in 0 weight 20 today. So you want to remove the oil cap so that everything will drain out the bottom as you need it to. With the oil cap removed, put it in a very safe location. Do not lose it. Underneath the passenger side of the engine, you'll find a cover for the oil filter, and behind it, almost on the other side of the passenger wheel, you'll find the cover for the oil drain bolt. Both of these covers are installed from factory. If you're lucky enough that your quick change oil place hasn't thrown them by the wayside, you will need a regular screwdriver and a 10mm socket to get both of these covers off. Starting with the one that's most accessible, which is the oil filter cover, you're going to take a screwdriver and just gently pry up these 3 little plastic clips. Careful that you don't get any crud falling down in your eye. With these 3 tabs popped out, you should be able to pull back the cover. Once again, be careful that you don't get any crud falling in your eyes. This last one doesn't quite want to come out. There we go. And you can set that aside. So our oil drain bolt cover is held in place with 2 10mm bolts. And it should be 2 little plastic clippies, but it appears that our local dealership has lost one. Makes our job just 1 clip easier. And now, cover separated, and we can set that aside. We're going to start with our drain bolt, which is a 17mm socket. Make sure you have your oil catch can ready, and if it's like ours and equipped with a vent, make sure your air vent is open so that oil actually goes down where it's supposed to. My little weak arms will not do this. There it goes. Now that I have it loosened, I'm going to change positions and move, contort a little bit so that I can catch the bolt and my can catch the oil. Beautiful. Let that drain out. Special shout out to the shop safety technician for making sure I have my proper safety gear. I wanted to call out on our oil drain bolt, there is a aluminum washer that comes on it. We want to change that. There's 2 primary reasons why you want to change this washer. First and foremost is they provide it in the kit. You don't really want spare parts, so if they're providing you with a new washer, go ahead and use it, please. The second reason is they're providing you a new washer to make sure that your washer does not fail. I have had these little crush washers in other manufacturers fail on me before. You don't want to be burdened with doing another oil change too quickly. So as you can see in the very fine details, this actually is a crush washer. You can see that this one is worn a little bit. It's got a ridge there from where it was tightly squished into the oil drain pan, and our new one does not have that ridge. When you look at the profiles of them, just make sure that you're installing the new one in the same direction as you removed the old one, and you are good to go. Now that we have our new crush washer in place and our oil is pretty much done draining out, let's go ahead and put this back in place and get it, about as tight as it was when you pulled it off. All right, in some other videos, they're taking a 1 1/16 socket wrench and removing the entire cup for the oil filter. Instead, what I'm going to do is take a 5/16 Allen socket and remove just this nylon bolt to drain the oil out first. That should prevent oil from going everywhere. So let's see, 1, how easy this is to turn, and 2, oh, this is very easy to turn. Okay, so let me get my oil catch can close by. I really don't know what to expect here, guys. That was actually much smoother than I thought it would be. With this just at a slow drip, I'm going to wipe the area clean and put in the new nylon drain bolt that came with our oil filter kit. With the new nylon bolt in place, you're going to use your 1 1/16 socket to remove the oil filter housing. No, good mother. Who put this on there? All right, now with our oil filter off the car, we can replace the cartridge. So you're just going to grab it and pull firmly out, hopefully not spilling oil everywhere. I'm going to take a rag and wipe inside of here so that we can show you how to replace the gasket. All right, I'm going to use a screwdriver to point it out. If you look inside of here, there is actually a rubber gasket that goes all the way around, and it has a little tab on it right here. We're going to pull up on this tab to remove the old gasket. And install the new gasket with your pull tab up in the same direction. And if you have a little bit of oil on your hands, that's great, because you're going to want to prime that gasket a little bit just to make sure you get a solid seal. Now, put your new oil filter cartridge where it belongs and press down to lock it into place. With everything all new in our housing, we're going to reinstall it back on the car. Just go as tight as you can. Don't get it too tight. Otherwise, you'll never get it off and you don't want to break anything. Come on, there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and pour in the oil. We're going to do that before we put our fiber covers back over the drain bolt and the oil filter, just to make extra sure that we don't have any surprise leaks. Now, the owner's manual states that this engine will take 6.13 US quarts of oil. So I've bought myself exactly 6 quarts, and I figure after 6 quarts we will see what the level is. We're going to start with 5 quarts and then wait about 10 minutes, check the level, and add in the final quart. All right, now that it's been at least 10 minutes, we're going to check the oil level and make sure that we're going good. When you pull out the dipstick, I always use a rag to kind of catch any oil drips that may happen. You want to wipe your dipstick clean. And when you reinsert it and pull it back out, you're going to be checking the oil level. And it looks like we are right at the halfway mark. We do want it to be closer to full, so I'm going to go ahead and add in that 1/6 quart, and we will check the oil level again before we go for a long drive. With all of our oil in, we're going to go ahead and button up the top and the bottom after checking to make sure we don't have any leaks. And we don't have any leaks. While I'm down here buttoning everything up, I'm just going to double check that our torque on the oil filter assembly is exactly what is specified on the box there, which it says 25 to 30 Newton meters. So I'm going to split the difference at 27. As you can see, these plastic brackets have almost a flower shape on the underside. That's going to make them pretty hard to fit back into their holes. My advice is to go ahead and pull them out so that when you align all the holes, kind of grip them tightly like this. You can push them in to both sets of holes at the same time and then clip them into place. One last element in your oil change is telling your car that you have done an oil change, and that's easily manageable. Go to Setup, Vehicle, and then scroll down to Convenience. From here, you'll see this little bar hiding right there in the middle for service interval. Press that, and you can see the distance to your next service interval, how many duration days, and your option for reset. You can also disable service interval if you really just don't care. So press the reset button. I'm going to go ahead and enable it for 5,000 miles. It's already got a 00 on there, so 55,000 miles. Under severe driving conditions, which Art and I fall under, you do want to change your oil every 5,000 to 6,000 miles, and according to the owner's manual, under normal driving conditions, you can go as long as 8,000 miles. We hope that this video helped you, and if it did, smash that like button, drop us a comment below, and if you want to see more maintenance videos that cover 2021 to 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe's, why don't you go ahead and start here? And as always, thank you for watching, take care, and stay safe. We'll see you next time.